At Byond, we will assist you to achieve success, enjoy inner peace, and live your best life. Basically, we're here to inspire you to heal and transform. Byond Umbrella consists of Byond Talk, Byond Virtual Learning Space, Byond Coaching and Mentoring Services, and Byond Online Shop. For more information, visit us at www.sandraturgot.com or contact us at beyondonline@gmail.com.
Dak TV.
Hello there. Good evening. Welcome to Byond Talk. I'm Aaron George.
And I'm Sandra Turgot. Good evening. And with us tonight, we have our guest, Annette Baker. Hi, Annette. Hi, Annette. All right. So, Annette is going to, hello, Annette. All right. Nonetheless, tonight we're talking about
All right. So those of you that are joining us for the first time, you're probably wondering, what is this all about? What is Byond Talk? Walking with Purpose? Well, Byond Talk is a social mentoring forum. It's a space designed to engage community in thought-provoking conversations about real-life issues, triumphs, pain, grief, growth, and success. This space is designed to inspire you to foster transformation and healing. We believe life is one big classroom where teachers and learners are interchangeable. And our mission is to inspire you to go after your healing so you can transform. One of the greatest tragedies in life is to lose your authentic self and to live the life that is expected of you by everyone else. So again, welcome everyone.
Great job, Aaron. Great job.
Thank you.
We're just going to jump right in. We're trying to see if we can get Annette on. We'll take Annette to say hello. Hi, Annette. Hello, Annette.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you.
Hello everyone.
Hello. Welcome.
How are you doing? Well, Annette.
I'm good.
Good. Annette is joining us from Calgary, all the way from Calgary. So how is the weather out there today?
Oh, it's beautiful. Contrary to what everybody else says, it's beautiful.
It's all right. Well, you look beautiful, just like the weather out there.
Yes, she certainly does.
Well, thank you. What can you do in Corona? In coronavirus time, what can you do?
Get dressed up. You can't go out of the house to put on those clothes anyway, so might as well, right?
Exactly.
Can't wait to get out there.
All right. Tonight, hi guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Jump on, tell us who you are, make your comments. It's a dialogue. We really want to get you involved in this conversation. And tonight we're talking about hurt, pain. And we asked the question, where does it hurt? And we said, healing our collective pain. Collective pain, meaning us as a people, us as Black people, us as melanated people, like my friend Aaron said. So healing our collective pain. We really have to. We cannot wait on anybody else to do it for us. So we have to do this for ourselves. I cannot say this loud enough. We're going to have to heal the hurts and the pains all by ourselves. So wherever you are, Black people, it's time for us to get together. Get together. When I say get together, I'm serious about this. Get together. That means everything together so that we can collectively heal. I'm just going to jump right in by asking Aaron a question about this. Aaron, are you okay with me asking a question?
Oh, go for it, Sandra. I know you ask very good questions.
By the way, you look lovely in your African attire. I just love them.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So do you.
So, Aaron, if
Yes.
you could help us at all in this healing journey, healing our collective pain, how would you do that? How would you
Mm,
embark in this journey collectively, the Black people?
right, right. This is a massive undertaking globally, um, because the African people have been through a lot of I'm going to say mental conditioning away from their authentic selves.
Mm-hmm.
They've been under colonization for maybe 500 or more years, and we've seemed to adopt this colonized mind, this colonized way of thinking and doing ourselves, and we've been cut off from our own culture, in terms of spirituality and who we are. And I mentioned spirituality because we're spirit, man is spirit, and we have to get back to that. We've created a lot of constructs that have taken us away from our true nature. So the healing it's a global healing. But I think before we get to the collective, we have to deal with the individual, in terms of raising awareness, in terms of looking at your history and questioning the beliefs that you have, especially the negative beliefs, the negative narratives that we have about ourselves, and unlearning all these limiting beliefs that keep us down and keep us in pain. Our ancestors after slavery, or I mean, they were really prisoners of war actually, but we've endured that for 5 years, and it had a major impact that has passed down from generation to generation. So we have to, I think, individually look at the origin of the pain and deal with it individually, and then we can get to the broader, because I think the individual it's made up of the sum part. There's a saying, I think the sum parts of the whole is equal to the individual, or something to that effect. But I think as one heals, then you kind of give others permission to heal, and that's how I think we can approach a collective standpoint. But it's a lot of work that has to be done.
And we're ready for it. We're so ready for
Definitely.
it. I think we just have to be ready for it. So if you're not ready, if you're listening and you're not ready, get ready.
Right.
I say this is enough already. We have been going through this for
Hmm.
401 years. It's really 401 years that
Hmm.
since the Atlantic slave trade. And Aaron, and it's coming to you right now, but
Hmm.
Aaron, a lot of people would say, let's not go back there. Let's not talk about it. It's 400 years. It's gone. Why are we talking about this still? Why are we talking about it? Why is it important? Why is it relevant? And I want you to just take a minute and speak to that. I have something to say, but I'm just going to give you the opportunity to speak to why it's really relevant for us to talk about the past, so that we can get to the meat of the matter in the future here, right? In the present, I mean, and going into the
I,
future.
I think it's important because there's a lot of emotions that are, I'm going to say, trapped, that are in our subconscious,
Mhm.
that is affecting us, and most people are not aware, of these traumas,
Mhm.
that have passed down through the generations,
Mhm.
and it's just raising awareness. It's important for us to go back and look at our individual histories, our personal histories, those in our genealogy, what they endured, because those pain, they've traveled from generation to generation, and if we don't raise awareness, become aware of it, and confront it, deal with it, pain as painful as it is, then we're going to continue along this path, this path of low self-esteem, never aspiring, always thinking you're less than, right? And plus, the societies where we live, it kind of reinforces a lot of these negative narratives. So it's very important that we create our own narratives for ourselves, and seek to heal, and get a new perspective on ourselves, on our person, and our community.
I love what you say about creating our own narratives for ourselves. I really
Mhm.
love that. That's so important, and that is key. And but I'm going to jump over to Annette. I have a bunch of. I'm just a question girl tonight. I got. I'm going to jump over to Annette. Annette, are you there? So
Oh,
Annette,
absolutely.
in our community, it is sad. It is sad. Based on the conversations I'm having with people, I'm hearing that it's so hard to trust ourselves, each other. It's really hard. Like there is a trust issue. People are saying, "I don't trust my own people. I can't trust them with my stuff. I can't be vulnerable. I can't be real." Because I come up in a lot of judgments and I can't trust them that they're going to keep their word or something like that. And it's a big deal in our community. And as we're talking about healing and getting to the next level collectively, how do you think we could tackle this trust, this big monster in the room, this big trust issue amongst in our community?
Well, I think it just boils down to, you know, if I begin to trust me
Mhm,
as an individual,
mhm,
uh, I believe outside of that, I can learn to trust others. And based on our community, there is a lot of things that have down over the years,
mhm,
whether that's in relationship, whether that's been in business or whatever it is. We are of the opinion that we don't do each other very well.
mhm,
And I think in order for us to go forward in learning how to trust, I have to get to know you. I think we need to stop as a people and begin to understand that I need to know you. You need to get to know me. I will even further say that it's not about what you can do for me.
mhm.
I need to start asking myself, what can I do for you? What can I do for my people? How can I build, can how can I be engaged in order to, to be able to trust you? Not being biases, not being in the back of my mind. A lot of us, we have a lot of preconceived ideas over the years. And while we do have some basis for it,
Mhm.
going forward though, as a people, we're going to have to leave that behind and begin to get to know each other. And I think that's as a starter.
Mhm. I love that. If you understand that I am you, I am my brother's or sister's keeper. There's nothing that you have gone through uh, or felt that I haven't felt. Maybe I like to say our stories probably are different, but we feel the same feelings. So if you're hurting, I'm hurting. And I think this past 2 weeks have shown us clearly that collectively we hurt. We hurt together. We the death of George Floyd
Mhm.
and the death of
Mhm.
Aubrey and the death of the other young man, I forget his name, that just died this week last Friday. We because we're seeing it unfolding before our eyes. We're understanding how we are hurting collectively. So I believe if we're hurting collectively, it is possible to heal collectively. It just means that we're going to have to not hoard the information or not hoard the gifting that we have, but we're going to share it. So,
Mhm.
if you're good at
Right.
something, you're going to teach me how to be good at that thing. And if you know something, you're not going to keep that information. You're going to share it with me. So we all can heal together and grow together. If you know a Black person,
Mhm.
I'm just going to be plain and frank because that's where my headspace is. I'm not gonna mince my word. But I'm gonna say, if you know a Black person is selling something, you need to share that. So we need to buy from them. We need to empower ourselves economically. Our money needs to circle in our community, and that's why we talk about trust on it. We need to trust each other. We need to trust you. We need to know that you're keeping your word. If you say A, you mean A. We because that's how we're going to heal. When I can come with you with my stuff know that it's safe. That's how we're going to heal. And we're all mothers and sisters and aunties of the George Floyds of the world, and we want them to heal. So we need to have safe spaces for them to come into to heal. Healing is just, I believe, healing is needed. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to turn it over to Aaron. Aaron?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And healing, the spirit, the energy of healing is always there. It's always with us. It's just like light. It is life. You know, if you cut yourself right away, you know, the body's system starts to do things to try and heal the cut, stop the bleeding. So I think it's the same way with emotional healing. It's just a matter of us tuning into it, connecting to it, taking the steps, right, to fulfill it. But when we talk about the community, I think we need to be aware of our concept and our prejudices that we have towards our community and the judgments. Right, we need to put away the judgment, the better than state of attitude, and it has to be. We have to really be in a open. I'm going to say humble, where we're willing to learn. You know, we believe that, right, teachers and learners are interchangeable. So we need to have that attitude where we feel that we could learn from each other, and together, you know, we can get stronger. But we need to break attachments, you know, or expectation, like we expect a certain outcome, and if we don't get the outcome, then we're disappointed, and then we go back to that mentality where it's the same old, same old. We need to break away from that, treat everyone as individuals, and know that you know, you could bring something to them, but they still have a responsibility to respond to you either negatively or positive. You just accept them for who they are.
Good. Something just popped up. Osai, thank you for watching, guys. All of you who are watching, we're so happy you're here. Shout out, say something so we know. Osai said awareness is key. We need to be mindful that it is ingrained in us to have the mindset of division and separation. Once we're aware that our first thought is negative and distrusting, we need to catch ourselves and act with wisdom. That's some powerful words, Osai.
Yes,
That's
definitely.
actually good. Thank you so
Thank you
much
for sharing that. Yeah.
and she's
Yes.
actually right, because
Yes.
we were set up. So if we understand that we were set up on it, we were set up from the get-go to be against each other. And the more we're against each other, the more the people who set
Yes.
up against each other, the more they're winning. And so, and now that we know, when you know better, you
Absolutely.
do better. So now that we know that it's a setup, that we're not bad. I was saying to somebody today, we're not bad. We're good people. We're actually good people. But we were
Right.
set up we were set up to think of ourselves as bad people. As
Hmm.
and now that we know better, we need to change that. And like
Right.
also, we know that. So when the thought comes to mind, we need to catch it and say,
Yes.
that's not who my sister is. That's not who
Right.
my brother is. I am going to trust
Yes.
my brother to do X, Y, Z. And I'm going to trust my sister to do X, Y, Z. I'm going to spend my money here. And Aaron, you and I talk about the other big piece about spending our money. So
Yeah.
so I want to spend my money with my own people, but I want my own people to also respect me and respect my money. So that's another big issue. And if you want to take that away, I'm going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. So we know when we go to our own people, a lot of us feel a little bit of like we're not welcome, or our money is not good. And we've been in stores and shops where we go to buy black, and we're treated like, okay, so you can wait till second, and I'm going to take care of this person who is first. So the whole conditioning, even in our community, we feel other cultures are better than us, don't we? Did you want to speak to that?
Well, I think that that's a conversation I hear a lot. You know, not just from you. I hear a lot of you know, people from the community talking about, you know, how they're treated when they spend the money in the stores, trying to support. You know, so I think there has to be a relearning a customer service approach. That this is a valued customer. When you enter their establishment, we are the reason why they're in business, and we have to value that we are patronizing that particular business, regardless of what we look like. I think all customers should be treated fairly in the Black establishment or the non-Black establishment. So I think customer service is the bottom line, and being consistent and making sure that your clients have a positive experience every time they come into your establishment, right? Because they're the reason why you keep your doors open. So there has to be a shift mentally in how we approach businesses as a people.
Yes, Annette, thank you, Aaron. That was great. And Annette, you want to speak to that?
Yeah, I just wanted to what Aaron was saying is that I think that as a community, we're more focused on what we call quick fix, and it's not going to work by quick fix. It's going to the lady who made that comment earlier. It's you catch yourself. We've been so ingrained for so long and for so many years with our bad habits that we forget that we need to retrain ourselves to how we deal with each other, how honest we can be with each other. And unless you are honest with yourself, then you won't be honest with other people. Mm-hmm. So now we have to learn how to be honest with ourselves so that we can be honest with our brothers and our sisters. You know what I mean? So so I think that's one of the things. It's not a quick fix. We've got to start learning how to do these things and do it in such a way that we can get to the heart and the core of who we are, and that we can build ourselves that way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think we have a struggle too with the old brain, right? The old brain, and you're right. It's going to take time, right, to catch yourself, right? And that's part of the changing, recognizing that you're going to that conditioned response, but that's not appropriate. So we have to learn how to overcome that and to treat our guests, appropriately, politely, and that you appreciate them.
And Aaron and Annette, I
think if we can do that, then you will start to see improvement. Definitely improvement in the quality of the service that we get.
Yes, and what I said, we shouldn't be afraid to tell our brothers and our sisters that they need to do better. So we need to address it in love. So, for example, if you go to a store and the person, I say for Pete's sake, I wrote something on social media. And I said, for Pete's sake, smile. Just I come into your store, my money is good money. I just worked hard for it. So just smile. Even give me a smile to let me know that you acknowledge me, that I'm here to support you, to spend my money with you. I really believe that we have a love problem. And like you said, Annette, it's really we have to do the self-healing work so that we can now open our arms to others. So others heal, and I believe that we're constantly doing the same thing over and over again, looking for a different result. We're in this mode, and every time something happens, we all get excited, and then it died down again, and we go back to as usual. But I'm saying we have to stop. We have to know that we can't go back to as usual. We really have to do something different. We have to find that love in place within ourselves. I really think I'm doing the work, loving on myself, finding that place, finding that vulnerable place so that I can heal, so that when I show up, I'm showing up as a healed person, so that I can serve, like you said, Anna, so that I can serve my world, I can serve my people. Respect, dignity, and value my own people like I value myself.
Right.
I think that's what we're facing. That's what we need to do.
I just want to add something to that also, Sandra, and I often watch Dr. Phil. Don't know how many of you watch Dr. Phil, but Dr. Phil has he has a line, and I take that line literally because I like it. I adopt it. He always asks his guests, you've been doing this for many years or for so long. Then he would throw a question, how well is that working for you? And I adopt that statement. If you are doing something, you're doing something, you're doing something. Right. You got to stop and ask, how well is this working for me? Yeah.
You have to ask. That's a good question. Is this working?
It's insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Right.
Yeah.
So Aaron, we're on the subject of economic growth or economic healing. We need the money to be among us. So we need the money. We're talking about money. I love talking about money these days. But but we need the wealth. Not only the emotional wealth, but the spiritual wealth, but we need the financial wealth to circulate in our community. So what are some ways that we can, I know we were talking about buying black, but what are some other ways that we can actually make sure this is happening?
Well, I heard a gentleman speak some time ago. I think it was Dr. Claude Anderson. And I can't recall it in detail by detail, but what I do remember him saying is that there are things that we need to do. We need to have businesses in our community, spend money in our community, and then we need to get into politicians. We need to be politicians. I mean, what he said was we need to buy politicians. We need to buy judges. We need to we need to buy the police, because what he's saying essentially is because we don't have money, right? We don't have these systems working on our behalf. All right. And it's the people that have money, right, have a greater say, greater input in the system, and they're treated differently because we don't have any financial clout, not on any major level. So in order to do that, we have to have structure. We got to have organizations. We got to have, people in high places. We got to be able to employ, within our own groups and have businesses to have our own banks, so that so get our loans to start our businesses and almost have our own nation within the nation that supports each other. I know back in the early 1900s, there were a lot of thriving African American companies across the societies across the border, and we know some of them was destroyed and because of maybe envy, hate, they really destroyed a lot of them. But we need to get back. We need to get back to that way of life, right? Where controlling our own destiny. We have our own businesses. Our kids can get jobs from our own entities, and we're involved in the politics. We're involved in the judicial system, and really have some bite, in our experiences.
And I want to play the devil's advocate here, do you think? I believe, I'm optimistic, I believe it's possible, but do you think many of us believe this is possible, that we can actually do this?
Well, I think it has to go beyond belief. It has to know. We have to know that we can. It's been done before, maybe not in our lifetime, but it's been done before, and we just have to connect with that know-how that we can do it, and belief in ourselves. That we have the brain power, we have the people that can help us get organized in a grand scale that will make a definite difference. And I think even also,
you talk about buying the police, buying the judges, I don't know if that's if that's what we want to do, but what what I know for sure that we can do, what I've been saying is that we can actually spend time. We can do this through mentorship. Every single man and woman over 25, let me say 25, can mentor a little boy and girl. And this is how we change, how we become a healthy system, if you may, within this big system. Is that our boys and girls know that they can do anything they want to do, and we're made a mentor. No little boy or girl should feel like they're not valuable. No little boy or girl should feel like if I want to be an astronaut, if I want to be a doctor, if I want to be whatever, I can't be. We should not leave our boys and girls to the school system to teach them. That means in our community, we have enough smart people that we should be teaching our boys and girls in churches, in community centers, wherever they are. If we have to drive to see them, we need to be empowering them, educating them. We cannot wait for the system to do it. I think this is where we're failing. We have so much creativity in our community, so much, but we're waiting for somebody else to do it for us.
Right.
So, and then when our young men and young women are going astray, we're saying, look at them. But no, I really believe that we have to take responsibility, and it's called mentorship. That means you're going to take somebody under your wings because you have something they need, so that we can get into politics, so that we can be judges, so that we can be police officers, we can have more chiefs. We can be the things that we're asking people to be for us, Aaron.
Absolutely. I think there is a feeling of learned helplessness, that we're in a helpless situation, but again, it's just through self-education, self-development, mentoring, getting a mentor, being around people that are, have elevated thoughts, have a vision, and coming together, right, as a collective, because it's not a one-man thing. It's a collective thing, and it's always seeking to unite, because there'll be groups all over, but those groups should find commonality, find a way to come together. There's power in numbers, and I think if we can do that, we would definitely be able to put our dollars together, create businesses, create opportunities for the youth, who are our future. But I strongly believe what you're saying in mentoring, and it could even start simply as at home, mom and dad being mentors to their children, and being aware of what's going on in their children's lives. And if they're not able to deal with situation, then they reach out to the community. I'm to use a term, big brother, big sisters, and there's other organizations that are in the community. So again, awareness, but asking the question, if I need help, and it's okay, because not everybody knows everything at once, and it's okay to ask for help. There's Google. You can always Google, in what's in your area for kids, and who are the mentors, and just reach out to people. Just reach out. Don't stay there and suffer in silence, right?
So Annette, I have a favorite saying that no man.
I mean.
Annette?
I was just saying 100%. Yes, I'm saying that 100%. Like the mentorship really begins at home. I'm just emphasizing, what Aaron just says. It really starts from home, and I'm finding more and more too that we, the parents or the guide, the people who are in children's lives, sometimes it seems like we ourselves don't have what would you call it? The confidence. We don't have the confidence. And because we don't have the confidence, we're not teaching our children that confidence. And the part that I like that Aaron says is that I am beginning to realize the older that I get, that guess what? You already have the answer inside of you. But what you really need to know, you've got to go out there to get the information. Can I say this long and hard? The information is out there. We've
Definitely.
to go out and seek it.
Yeah.
Don't
Yes.
expect someone to come and put it at your doorstep.
No.
It's not going to happen.
Yes. Yeah.
Walk up in the bank. Let me say this. I'm getting quite hot with this one. Get up in the bank. Don't be afraid. Can I
Right.
speak to the manager? Okay. You don't know what's going to come out of it. You
Right.
don't
That's
know.
right.
What I'm really
That's right.
saying is that every time we are brave and bold and understand that we have the ability, we may not have all the criteria,
Mhm.
but that's
Right.
okay. Start somewhere. And as
Yes.
a Black people, as a Black nation, I think that's where we fail a lot. We are afraid to take that step, not
Yeah.
knowing where we're going, but it doesn't matter. Do we have to know where we're going to begin the journey? Not at all.
No.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's part of knowing who we are, and knowing that there's no such thing as failure. You know, we're always learning, and there's always another way. We have to find it.
And
Absolutely.
we're courageous people. We're people with resilience. We're strong people. We can do this.
Of course.
We can do this. We
Yeah.
we can have to raise up another generation of Black people that is going to look completely different than we look today. And mark you, we're trying. We're doing our best, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there will attest that I'm doing my best, the best that I can, even for my children and for my community. I'm doing my best. But I want to admonish our reviewers and people who are listening that you're doing your best, but there's better in you. There's more in you, and the more you do and the more you pour out, it's the more you're going to fill up. So
Absolutely.
there's no running out of stuff. You're not done yet. The fact that you're
Right.
breathing and you're living, there's so
Yeah.
much more that you can
Yeah.
do. That
Mhm.
business that you want to start, that thing that you want to work on, that certification you want to get, it's never ever too late, because this is how we're going to show our children that if I can do it at 30 and 50 and 70, if I can do it, then you can do it. Let's do it together. Let's
Right.
do it together. And for Pete's sake, if you know something that I don't know that you think I need to know, tell me. What you keep
Right.
it
Share
to
it.
yourself for? Share it.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one for me. People do
That's
things
right.
and they won't share it. It's like, oh
Right.
well, I just keep it to myself. What's that about? Like,
Right.
True.
free it
So
up and
true.
share it. Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. Limited thinking, right? We got to get rid of the limited thinking, the
as I-
fear.
Yes. I wanted to jump a little bit on what Sandra was saying there. You know,
Go ahead.
Out of fear, and I look at some of the other nations. Let's come on now. We're all here and we've seen it. The Indians, the Chinese. Name all of those groups of people. When you look at them, in a they bond. Whatever they do, they're not afraid. Wherever you go, you will hear them. They will show that own is knowing what they know. But yet, and we've seen this, let's be real, among our Black people, we have this fear that if I let you know how to do it, then you may be better than I am.
Mm.
And guess what? What is it about better? Because what do you, when you say being better than you, or that you're going to climb a higher ladder than I am? You know what? The fact that you allow me to know and I allow you to know, guess what? It means that you're a great mentor. That's what
Right.
it means.
We're
So
good.
don't take it away to, oh, I don't want a person to become better than me.
Yeah.
You know what? My greatest pleasure in life is to someone says, because of Annette, I am here. And guess what? Even if Annette is still here, that's okay. I am
Right.
smiling. I am happy because I helped somebody to get up there. That's all that matters, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the type of mindset that we should have. So I wanted to piggyback on that because that is one of our downfall as a Black people.
Yes, yes. Yeah. If you know that the company is hiring, share it. If you know, let me just say this. If you know a good single Black man, share it. Why are you keeping it to yourself? Why you keeping it to yourself? So we
where are they, Sandra? That depends.
Was that a personal little tab there?
I actually, yes, it is, because I actually don't know why as Black people we need to let our each other work so hard for everything. So you know somebody that you know something happening over there, but and you know it would benefit a person you know. So why not share it? And I'm talking about this for real. Relationships, it could be economic, getting a better job or something. You know that you could put in a reference for a person, but you wouldn't do it. I actually was in a meeting one time and I heard very prominent Black person says, I wouldn't hire them. I don't want to hire. I don't want to hire Black people. And this person is the person that does hiring and help. And I'm like, what? And she said, I don't want him to embarrass me.
Oh,
like,
wow.
And I'm like, wow. Interesting. I don't want him to embarrass me. So I say that we usually speak from a reflection of ourselves. So as we go back to what we were saying before, you're not confident in yourself. You don't trust yourself. You don't believe in yourself. So you think if you hire another Black person at a lower management position, that means they would embarrass you. I don't get it. So you see the mindset that we walk around. You see the mindset.
Yeah, there's an emotional conflict there, whereby they feel that, there's an attachment to the person. I mean, you're a manager, you're an owner, there's no attachment. It's just another person. You're not responsible for their behavior, for their performance, right? You're independent, right? So they have to search within themselves, right? And they're not really being that honest to themselves, I guess, if they have that state of mind, right? Because it's fear of the judgment again, and just that wrong narrative that they're holding so dear to their heart, right? So they're not free.
Exactly, they're not free, and we are not. I want to say we because it's a collective focus. We all need to work on. Now we need to elevate each other. We need to esteem each other higher than ourselves. That means we need to see the good in each other. And when we see the good in each other, we're going to be able to support each other better. We need to build or create a wraparound in our own community where we're supporting each other. It's important that we do this because, Aaron, I was saying to you that, Aaron, the people that are against us will never help us. I don't care how much they give us a little $10 million here. I don't care how much they support that university over there. I don't care how much they change their name to appease us. What I say, they're appeasing us. They will never help us. We're going to have to help ourselves.
Definitely.
And I don't have any letters behind my name. I'm not a guru, but I believe I have a little bit of wisdom that I know if this thing is continued for 400 years, they never helped us. Every time we have an uprising, they give us a little bit to shut us up. Let me give you a little bit of something to keep you quiet. Let's get back to normal. Right? They're not going to truly transform us.
Absolutely.
To really give us what we need to transform ourselves. So we're going to have to do it for ourselves.
Definitely.
I think
there is a state of mind, I think it's a want. We're in a want state, and we still feel that the power. They have the power to control our destiny, and we're chasing like the dog chases its tail. You know, we need to take a turn, take a turn, and create our own systems, an own independent self-reliance that we don't need to depend on.
Absolutely.
You know, other parts of society for our own sustenance.
Hi, Arlette. Arlette said, so true, we're each other's keeper. So she's basically agreeing with us. If we don't, we need to keep each other's back. Dorothy Richards. Hi, Dorothy. Dorothy said, yes, our lives matter. I love it. Yes, Dorothy, we're not mentioning
which is the topic, right?
Black Lives
Our
Matter.
lives matters. Yes, it
Black Lives Matter. We know we matter, but I mean, Dorothy, to your point, yes, our lives matter. We can say it, but if we don't own it, our credit union, she said, we have to
change.
We have to know that we matter, and because we matter, we're not going to wait for them. We're not going to wait for them to build another set of whatever to fix us. We're going to have to fix ourselves. I can't say that enough. We're going to have to come together as a people. We're going to have to know that we're a powerful nation. We're a people. We have enough of us. We have enough of us to rise up to build. And it starts with us. It starts with every single one of us, Dorothy. It starts with us.
Definitely.
Said we need to open our own credit union. So who have the first $1 million, Arlette? For the credit union.
Yeah. And we need to and we need to validate our own selves, you know, and do that first, and not so much seek external validation first, right? Just the other way around. Just validate yourself, and get rid of the mental clutter, Sandra.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
There's we need to individually and collectively get rid of the mental clutter. You know, the thinking that we've adopted through colonization, and realize that you have that colonized mind, and you have to be rid of that, unlearn it, and that we are carrying traumas with us, and if we're not healed, then it's reflected in how we treat each other. You know, the insecurity, the judgment, the shame. You know, those are all things that we need to address individually and collectively. You know, and learn the art of forgiveness. You know, and getting rid of grudges, and not holding people up because they fall short.
That's a big one. That's a big one. How we put each other in little boxes, we really have to stop that. And because a person is here today, it doesn't mean you put your foot on them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we're talking about other people stepping on us, and we see that literally kicking us and stepping on us and putting their foot in our necks and stopping our breathing and killing us. We're talking about other people. But if I may just take the liberty to talk about ourselves, oh my goodness, we do that to each other mentally. We do that to each other mentally. We put our feet on each other. We step on each other. We talk about each other. We do the opposite. We don't uplift each other. And I mean, for us to really be healed, we have to start doing the opposite of what we're doing now. That means we have to love each other. I mean that love. I don't mean it as words. I mean loving each other actively, showing me that you love me, Aaron, showing you that I love you, and showing you that I love you actively, by lifting you up. Somebody said, Justin said, imagine slavery and grow as individuals and as a community.
That's from mental slavery.
And she's right, for mental slavery, and the more we pour into our own lives, in a
Yes.
positive way, we'll be able to pour into each other, and it's an individual, like you said, Aaron, and it's a collective shift. We must make the
Yes.
shift. Arlette said, "Walk with integrity in our hearts and soul, then our feet will find the way." Oh, I love that, Arlette. That
Right.
sounds like it's from a,
And
that sounds so good. That's good.
Yeah.
yes, I want to add something there, Sandra.
Mhm. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm saying I just want to add something there.
Go ahead.
You know, when it comes to training, and we often talk about this, like training ourselves to do the opposite. You know, I'm just reiterating a little bit,
Mhm.
because we've been doing what we've been doing for
Mhm.
so long.
Mhm.
This is one thing that I try to practice. If ever I have to give it out there for all the listeners, practice this. Whenever something is happening and you become uncomfortable, within yourself or within your spirit, to the point that you realize to hurt by either what you do or what you say. The
Mhm.
first thing that you need to do is you need to begin do what you call an introspection. I
Yeah.
like that word. Why? Because I would always, okay, so why did you feel the way you did? Feel
Right.
the need to say this or to do this, which
Mhm.
was not good. And I
Mhm.
think as a people, we need to start, we're talking about healing, correct? We
Yes.
need
Yes.
to begin to look at what is going on inside of us, because until we
Yes.
really get an introspection of what is going on inside of us, we can't even love anybody outside of that.
No.
Right.
So true.
Definitely. Definitely.
So
Oh,
we just got to get there. We got to do it.
Yeah. Yes.
Aaron, and
I
it just
agree.
touched on what we do in our program, in the Learning Castle. Did you want to speak to that? Did you want to
Um,
little?
yeah, the introspection, raising awareness. There's so much stuff that's in our subconscious mind that, the subconscious mind really controls
Yes.
us, controls what we do, how we feel, and just becoming aware of
Yes.
what's going on. And that has to be an intentional exercise that's done in a particular forum, with a mentor, with a coach, and just asking certain questions to bring up stuff that's in the subconscious mind that's controlling your life. And until you become aware of it, you don't know what needs to be changed,
Yes.
right? So that's a wonderful thing about what we do is raising awareness and recreating guides so people can navigate their way to living a better life, a life of purpose and with intention.
Yes. Great, Aaron. So Aaron just touched on some of the things we do in our Learning Castle. It's an online webinar, and our next session is going to be I think July 20th, Aaron.
Yes,
Um,
July 20th.
20th. And in this space, we help the people who come into the space. We take you on a self-discovery, basically
Mhm.
helping you to understand who you are as a human being, and what your purpose is, so that you're figuring this out. Why
Right,
are you here? Who am I,
right.
and why am I here? The simple question that everybody
Mhm.
wants to know. And like Annette said, it's through a journey, if you may, of introspection. It's really turning that searchlight within. There's so
Yeah.
much inside there, but we hardly go there. We hardly look within ourselves. I know Chief is going to tell us that we're out of time, but
We don't want to go
out
there.
of time. But this is what we do. So if you have any question about the Learning Castle, please reach out and ask us. We're here to answer your questions. If you need to talk to somebody about coaching, mentoring, we're here.
Right.
That's what we do. We'll be glad to help you, because as we better ourselves, we want to see every single person be better. It's all about one help the other. Um, Jacinth said, access our feelings and why we feel certain ways about certain things or situations. So
That's
basically,
great.
it's constantly, Osai said, taking out our
Talking.
I'm sorry. Talking out our struggles helps to release and heal.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's the conversation that our community needs, to look inside and work outward. Yes, it's
Absolutely.
whoa, lots of stuff popping up. So
Good
true.
one.
We love it. We love it. Identify, identify what is choking us.
It's cheap.
It's important to go deep within. It's so important, and that's
Important.
where the healing work
That's true.
begins. It's on the it's from
That
the
is
inside out. From the inside out. From the inside out. Very good forum. Thank you, Dorothy.
Yes.
For that, we appreciate it.
It's a great forum. Hold on, stick a pin, Sandra. It's a great forum, Dorothy. And thanks to Sandra Turgot for creating Byond Consulting. We are starting to see the fruits of her labor for 10 years. She gave birth to this company, this concept, and it's so needed. And we appreciate everybody that's supporting and viewing and helping spread the word, because no man is an island. And I know there's many others out there that are talking the healing talk, but we all need to continue on the healing journey and come together so we can all heal as a community, as a people, and get back to our rightful place.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, Aaron, thank you for that. I'm not gonna rebut that. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for coming on with us tonight. And I know you're all the way out Calgary, and it's a lot after 3 now in the daytime. You could be outside taking a stroll, but you're here with us. We're so appreciative.
Oh yeah, we're still early. We're still early.
So amazing. So we're just gonna go to the last word, and then we're gonna say goodbye because our time is up. And
Sandra,
yes.
oh, Sandra, before you do that,
yes,
let me also appreciate all the Calgarians. I have seen a lot of them making some comments out here.
Nice.
So I am very happy that you all came, and I'm sure that Sandra and Aaron really appreciate that, guys. So just continue to tune into their program. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Annette.
Calgary, yeah. I want to come out and visit, so I'll get to meet you guys. Amazing. So,
awesome.
Aaron, last words.
Pastor Jackson, thank you.
Last word. I just want to thank everyone for watching. Much appreciated. Last word. Man, know thyself.
Last word on it. and last word.
Last word. Hang in there and do the work.
Good stuff. And my last word is that I am my brother's keeper. Hey, we love you, Annette. As somebody said, we love you, Annette. Eileen.
Yes. Sandra, don't get jealous now.
Hi guys. So check us out week after next back with more juice for you. So check us out. All right. Have a good evening, and we really appreciate you. Virtual hugs, everyone. Virtual hugs. Take care and God bless.
Thank
Good night. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Aaron. Love you guys.
Bye.
Wonderful job.
Right. Thank you.
See you next time.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you.
Byond exists to define purpose through holistic mentoring. At Byond, we will assist you to achieve success, enjoy inner peace, and live your best life. Basically, we're here to inspire you to heal and transform. Byond umbrella consists of Byond Talk, Byond Virtual Learning Space, Byond Coaching and Mentoring Services, and Byond Online Shop. For more information, visit us at www.sandraturgot.com or contact us at byondonline@gmail.com.
Dak TV.